In this video, I'm going to show you how we took one pumpkin from the grocery store in October around Halloween time and put it up against 100,000 worms in our worm bin, and we're going to show you the results. And so if you're like me, when you're thinking about foods to feed your worms, you're thinking about how long is it going to take until this pumpkin makes some nice, beautiful castings for the garden, or to fatten up the worms for some good bait worms to go fishing out on the lake. And at Harley's Worms, we have 6 giant worm bins that we take care of. And so we have put in pumpkins before last year around Halloween time, and we didn't get a good track on how long it took for them to fully decompose. But I will tell you that the pumpkin stem, is a little bit of a slower release food, and the last time I seen it was back in May. So that's a long time to have in the worm bin. But the good news is that's a slow release food item that the worms always have something to eat at if you forget to feed or something like that. So they always have a little bit of food that they can work at to keep them busy. And so like I said, we started around Halloween time, and now what you're looking at here is we're in January. So November, December, January, that's 3 months almost of it being decomposed. So if that gives you an idea. But you also have to keep in mind how long was that pumpkin harvested before it got sent to the grocery store. And so that's kind of where I'm getting at, is we also had some pumpkins in another bin that were gone within a month on the pumpkin skin. So from what I'm seeing, you're looking at a month to 3 months on the orange stuff, and then the stem, you could be looking at a year to longer. And so as you can see here, the one pumpkin didn't stand a chance against 100,000 worms. It was inevitable. They've got inside the pumpkin now, and it's just probably a few more weeks and it'll be all the way gone. But as you can also see, there's pumpkin seeds that'll be left behind too, which we didn't get to. But the pumpkin seeds is like the bonus money you get for buying a pumpkin, because the pumpkin will break down and then the seeds will be in your worm bin until the temperature gets to the right temperature for the seeds to germinate, and then your seeds will germinate and make pumpkin sprouts. And then you'll have a very nutritious food for your worms. And so that's why we put pumpkins in our bins, and I would highly advise putting pumpkins in there. And maybe if you just have like a smaller bin, like a 2x2 bin with just a couple pounds of worms in it, maybe you just cut the pumpkin into fourths and put a little bit of seeds, and you could just throw the stem in there and hope for the best. Maybe put it on the corner, that way you ain't running into it when you're digging through it. Or if you have a big freezer, you could freeze the pumpkin, but I would cut it up into fourths and then freeze it, because if you freeze it and then try to cut it up, you're asking for trouble. But also don't forget about the power of making a pumpkin smoothie and feeding it to them that way. And that's going to be some fast food for them that's going to be gone within just a few days, as it is one of the the worm's favorite food, and they'll have a great time with it. And bonus tip, if you put a little worm chow on top of it with some water, it'll be an absolute worm party, a worm pumpkin party. And so here we are, getting towards the last update on the pumpkin eating, and as you can see, they are fully inside and there's castings on top, which means it's going to be gone soon. And if you look close, there's even a cocoon or two. And so if you made it to minute 5, to me, you are a legend. And all I ask is that you do like this video and subscribe if you like seeing this type of content, because 80% of you watching are not subscribed. And so also another huge favor to ask is, could you please drop us a comment on what video you would like to see us make, because I could always use the help with some good video ideas. And so since you've done all those nice things for me, I figured I'd give you a nice thing back. And that's some information that'll help you. And that is to pick out your seeds and get your seeds going, or figure out your layout on your garden and get you some plant starts. So thanks for watching. Legends for staying till the end. See you next time.